allergic to eye contact, or they are overly in your space. You have a person who never looks you in your eye when he talks to you. He's always looking away when he tells you something. And then you have a person who is all up in your grill, who is always like around you, trying to figure out what you doing, where you at, why you ain't text them 2.5 seconds after they texted you back. What's going on, YouTube world? This is your guy Sealz the Man. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for always rocking with the guy. Thank God for y'all. So I just want to talk about something tonight. You know, ever since COVID has slowed down, it's not going, even though it seems like it's going because the news don't want to talk about it no more. It's crazy. Don't know what's going on with that, but that's another story. But ever since COVID has gone away, everybody is coming out the woodwork. Everybody's out. People are not scared to come outside no more. So this is what's going on. People are putting on fronts, man. They are putting on fronts to impress you, to get you. It's a coming out party for a lot of people. A lot of these dudes out here are being clever. A lot of these women out here are being clever because they're trying to get y'all. They are doing whatever it takes to get y'all. All the clever tricks of the mind, they are using them on y'all. But they only get these type of people that don't know these signs. So I'm gonna give y'all the signs on how you know if someone is putting on a front to get you. All right, that's super important. I made this channel for my two young nieces so I can put them on game about the real world situations that they are going to face as they grow up as two young women, right? So that they don't have to go through the things we went through. And if they do, it's because they chose to. They can never say their uncle ain't try to help them. This is almost like a time capsule from them, all right? But it also helps y'all, so it's awesome, all right? So let's get straight into it. The first way you can tell if a dude is putting on a front for you, if he's not being totally honest with what he's giving to you, is that he acts one way when he's with you, just y'all two by himself, versus how he acts with you in the public. Now this is weird. This is the flip side of the coin type of thing. He acts this way when y'all in private, and he acts a totally different way in the public. It's like he's a totally different dude in the public versus when y'all by yourselves. He's never him. He's never totally him. It's like, you know, he's gonna switch when y'all go out based on how he is on the inside. Now, the thing about putting on a front is that you're not being honest with what your identity is. If you put on fronts for people, you're not being totally 100% transparent and honest with who you are to the person. So if you notice a person has multiple identities based on where y'all are, he is most likely putting on a front for you. He acts this way in front of people to express himself and what y'all are to each other to other people, but when it's just y'all two, he shows you his true self. He shows you what he's really about, but it all disappears when people are around. Watch out for that. He might be put on the front for sure. Let's go to the next red flag that he's putting on the front, which is he never has proof of what he does, what he say he does, or what he say he has. Have you ever came across a person who said, yo man, I got this thing. For instance, let's just say I got a new Mercedes Benz. And then you ask him, oh, that's what's up, that's what's up. So you're gonna show me the car. Let's take a ride in your new Benz. And every time you ask this person, they say, it's in the shop. It's in the shop, yo. I guess you won't believe what happened. I got into a car accident. This idiot swerved into the lane and it hit me, and now it's in the shop. And you're like, oh, okay, man, I'm glad you're okay. It's cool. Next month comes. You know what? 2 months later, show me the car. Show me the new Benz, bro. What's good? Yo, I gotta pick up somebody next weekend. Like, that's the only time I'll be available. Bro, it's always an excuse or reason not to show proof of what this person has. And if you come across a person that never shows proof of what they have, guess what? You have no proof of who they are. You have no proof of who this person truly is. Because think about it, the possessions that we possess, the things that we have, make up who we are. You can tell a lot about a person based on the sum of their things, based on the sum of their possessions, based on the sum of their friends. The things we have makes up our lives. So that's why I always emphasize to get rid of things in your lives that is not who you are, that does not represent who you are. Because why would you have these things? Have things that represent who you are. But anyway, coming back to this. So if you come across a dude who never shows proof of what he says he does, he says he has a 6-figure job, or he never talks about the job, or he never goes to work in work hours. You're just trying to figure out, you got more questions than answers with the person because you have no proof of what they do or what they have. Most likely they are putting on a front. So let's stop fighting these signs. All right. The next sign that you are dealing with a dude that is putting on a front is a combination of two things. They are polar opposite of themselves, but they convey the same message to you if you pay close attention to it. This person is either allergic to eye contact, or they are overly in your space. You have a person who never looks you in your eye when he talks to you. He's always looking away when he tells you something. And then you have a person who is all up in your grill, who is always like around you, trying to figure out what you doing, where you at, why you ain't text them 2.5 seconds after they texted you back. You understand what I'm saying? If you come across a guy who is either one of those, there might be something behind that. And it could be he's putting on a front. Let me explain each one. When you have someone who doesn't look in your eye when y'all talk about certain things, specifically when he tells you things, or he gives you promises, or he gives you some kind of statement that needs to be backed up to you, when a person doesn't look in your eyes after those things, you can't trust that. Straight off the bat. Like I will always, this is something I believe in when it comes to men, period. Just co-working with men, friends, dealing with men in my workspace and my industry that I work in. If you do not look me in my eye when we are making business deals, then I do not trust you, and I do not trust this business deal is going to go through. Look me in my eyes. If a dude does not look you in your eyes, especially him being a man, something is off. There might be a front on that. Now, going to the opposite one, the extrovert. If a dude is always in your space, uninvitedly, this is not something that you're asking for, that is a sign that there is something behind that. One, he's always trying to figure out what you're doing out of guilty consciousness. Two, he's always in your space to not give yourself enough time and space to think and see what's going on with him. Just remember, when you're being smothered by anything, you don't have enough space and sanity to think about what's in front of you, because you have this thing that is squeezing you, surrounding you uncomfortably. It's taking all of your attention away from what's in front of you, right? So these two different polar opposite things, like I said earlier, are conveying the same message. There is something else going on. And most likely, like the topic of this video, he is putting on the front. Don't ignore it. Let's go to the next flag that he may be putting on the front, which is his story always changes up and he's hardly ever consistent. Have you ever, because I like asking you all these questions, have you ever been with someone and they tell you one thing, one version of a story week one, the second week it somehow evolves into another story, and then the third week it somehow transitions back to the first story? And then when you bring this confusion up, when you bring your questions up about why it keeps changing, they make you feel bad. They make you feel stupid. They make you feel crazy, like you're the one that's jacking up the story. Like, have you ever been with somebody like that? It's absolutely infuriating, because you know that you heard what this person said. I know my ears ain't jacked up like that. The only jacked up thing in this situation are your stories. Have you ever been with someone like that? Yeah, I'm sure you have. When someone's truth is never consistent, that equals to a lie. The truth does not change like the weather. The truth does not grow into another truth. The truth is just the truth. You may peel layers off the truth. You may see different sides of the truth, but the truth is still the truth at the core. The core doesn't change. The truth doesn't change. So if he's never consistent with the things he say, he's never consistent with the stories he tell, then we know the truth, that he's not telling the truth, right? Simple. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Take note of all these things, and I will see y'all on my next video. Peace and blessings. Goodbye.